What up? What up? What up? It is your man, Mr. Controversy, back again, but this is a different element tonight. Man, we have Battlegrounds Championship. That's what we're doing tonight. We're doing a Battlegrounds Championship as they showing the Bears and Packers on screen. But either or, what's going on, fellas? Again, I'm Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And I got the two men that made it to the championship. We got Mr. Danny Thompson, and Danny. First of all, Danny's been runner up maybe what 3 times, I think, 2 to 3 times. He's been in the championship, like I said, 3 times. He's lost. Me personally, I feel like he got a raw deal in 2 of those, but hey, this is how it goes. But he's back, man. What's going on, Danny?
you know, trying to make try not try to be the Buffalo Bills. That's the whole.
Right.
I can't be the Bills in this any longer.
Right. And then I got my guy, last year's Battlegrounds champion, Mr. J Lynn from the Sports Reporter Without Pay. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? He beat me to it. I was sure about to call him the Buffalo Bills when you said he been second place. He beat me to it. But it's all good. I'm here, man. What's good?
I'm good, man. So of course this is different because we don't have the music. We blame the platform we on. We can't play the music. I wish we could, because that music. I know it gets y'all going every time y'all hear that music. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But first of all, how's y'all day been?
I'll let Ray go first.
Different, man. I live down in North Carolina right now. I'm up here in Detroit, man. Came up to Michigan, take care of some business, dealing with some family stuff, but all is well, man. I'm not complaining at all.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Danny. What's up with you?
Man, just getting adjusted, being back in North Carolina, being away for 10 years, and finally settling in back in Charlotte. So it's between that and just moving, it finding some normalcy. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So we're gonna get to it. Um, it's been a long journey. This has been It's been great battles throughout. I mean, Ray always talk about how last year it was clean. Nothing. He wasn't challenged. I think Darrell challenged him some, but for the most part, it was like whatever. But this year he had challenges. The questions were harder. Danny went through his. Um, just some great battles, man. And we finally get to the end. Remember, it's a cash money prize for the championship. So that's on the line. And then, of course, probably more than anything, I'm pretty sure they both agree to this. Right now, it's just all about pride right now. Who knows sports? So we're going to do like we always do. We're going to, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 62. And I'm going to let Danny pick first.
7.
All right. Ray?
8.
All right. Ray got it. It was 12. I don't know if y'all remember when Jordan wore 12, but anyway, so hey, Ray, it's on you, man. You going first? You gonna let Danny go first?
I'm always going last.
Okay. And we're gonna do it like always. You got up to 30 seconds to come up with your answer if you're going first, and then you get an minute and 30 seconds. Now, I will say this, but I'm gonna go over the rules just in case somebody's watching, they don't know how it goes. So we have 3 rounds. I was gonna do the 5 rounds. We're like, no, we're gonna do the 3 rounds. We're not gonna do it like that. We're gonna keep it like it's been. Uh, both contestants, they will get to answer the questions. It's gonna be one question per round. So since Danny's going first, I'm gonna ask a question twice, and then Danny gets up to 30 seconds to answer or to come up with his answer. After he gets his answer or he's ready within the 30 seconds, then he'll have a minute and 30 seconds to argue his answer. Ray comes right after him. He gets no time because he'll be waiting. and he has a minute and 30 seconds. Then the next round of flip flops and then flip flops. I need your votes, ladies and gentlemen. I need your votes. Okay. So how we doing it is one the fans they're one vote. So whoever wins throughout who's ever watching throughout the whole week, that's one vote. It's going to be 5 votes. We got 4 other voters, important voters. Okay. So we're doing it like that. So it's not just not saying it's always like if they like you or not, but they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that. So you got to win 4 more votes. So all right, man. Let's go ahead and get this going. All right. First of all, let me go to the comments real quick. Mike said let's get it. Mike ready. So all right, Mike, we about to start this. Please share. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna read it twice. The first question is name an NBA coach since 2000 who hasn't won an NBA championship who would have helped or better yet get the early to mid 90s Orlando Magic to a championship victory. Not named Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Jerry Sloan, or Brad Stevens. I'm asking one more time. Name an NBA coach since 2000 who hasn't won an NBA championship who would have helped the early mid to 90s Orlando Magic team with Shaq and Penny and all of them win a championship. Not named Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Jerry Sloan, or Brad Stevens. Danny, you have 30 seconds to come up with your answer.
Yo, why do I have the Battlegrounds music in my head as I'm thinking about this?
All right, you have 10 seconds. All right, Danny, let's go now.
When you look at head coaches and from 2000 on to the current present day NBA, one coach that never got a championship but has the principles to get that Orlando Magic team the championship will be Tom Thibodeau. I know Raphael kind of hurt you being a Bulls fan, but listen to this. Tom Thibodeau is one of the most defensive-minded head coaches that we've seen in a long time. He knows how to deal with star players. On top of that, he preaches defense. One of the things the 90s Magic sometimes had a little bit of few defensive lapses worse was on the defensive side of the basketball. So when you get a guy who knows how to use star players and also defend, when you have Shaquille O'Neal, you have Penny Hardaway, or two of the better defenders in the league, you have Horace Grant, a guy who is a locker room guy. With the X's and O's of Tom Thibodeau, and just remember, he doesn't have to use Penny Hardaway like he did Derrick Rose. He has Shaquille O'Neal. When you have multiple weapons with a coach who can defend, with a shot blocker, this is young Shaq. This is skinny Shaq. This is dive on the floor wearing the Orlando Magic white Shaq. Okay, a completely different type of player. He has 3-point shooters in Dennis Scott. He can also use and maximize as well too. Remember, Thibodeau was one of the main reasons why the Celtics was successful in the early part of the 2000s. At the same time, the reason why the Magic would be great is because Tom Thibodeau's defensive efforts would get this team around together and also shore up the little deficiencies they had when it came to playing teams like the Bulls and other teams they lost in the playoffs. So I'm taking Tom Thibodeau for that one.
All right. Ray, it's on you. Let's go now.
I'm a firm believer that obviously in the NBA, like star power matters more than anything. You got to have stars. So when you look at the NBA, I try to think about a coach who was successful and didn't have star power. So when I look at that Atlanta Hawks team with a lineup of Horford, Millsap, Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, and these guys won 60 games, Coach Budenholzer is that guy, man. Then he came over and he has Milwaukee looking like legit contenders. So if you're looking at Coach Budenholzer, and he talked about young Shaq, we looking at young in his prime Giannis. And we see what Budenholzer's doing with him. So now you put him back in the 90s with a guy like Shaq and you add Penny Hardaway to that mix. Coach Budenholzer got Got Milwaukee playing both sides of the ball. They're a top 5 offensive team, top 5 defensive team. Like you said about Thibodeau with Orlando, that was probably the one thing they were lacking, was being like an elite defensive team. You know you're going to get buckets with Shaq in the paint, with Penny running the show, D. Scott on the wing, Nick Anderson on the wing, Horace Grant hitting the boards. You got a complete squad. Again, you throw Budenholzer in that mix, get those guys focusing in on defense, playing both sides of the ball. Easily my pick. This guy, in fact, I think he's about to be a 2-time coach of the year. There's not many of those. I think he's going to get coach of the year again. So we're going with Coach Bud.
All right. That's round 1. Round 2. Ray, you up first. Danny, you follow. Name an NFL great player that's not a quarterback that was successful more so because of the system and or players around him, not named Ray Lewis or Emmitt Smith. I'm going to ask one more time. Name an NFL great player that's not a quarterback that was successful more so because of the system and or players around him, not named Ray Lewis or Emmitt Smith.
Not a quarterback.
Yep, and there it go right there, just so you see it. Whoever playing along.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go now.
Look at the last 20 years in football. Obviously, the one team that comes to mind that's dominated, that's been in the mix every single year. You look at the New England Patriots, and one of the calling cards for the past was Belichick was never paying nobody no big money. He wasn't like, it was a lot of guys that people thought, man, that guy's going to go ahead and get paid. And New England just let him walk, and then they bring in the next guy, plug and play. And you look at a guy that go, Wes Welker, when you start looking at his numbers, the guy might have a Hall of Fame career. And there is nothing special about Wes Welker, nothing at all. The best thing he had going for him was he played in New England and Tom Brady was his quarterback. The guy, I don't know how many Super Bowls he was there for. I want to say 2, maybe 3 of them. Again, I don't know the exact number. But he put together a hell of a career. He's not super fast. He's not big. He's an okay route runner. He don't have extremely great hands. He's just a regular run-of-the-mill average wide receiver who was fortunate enough to play on some great teams with a great coach and a great quarterback and had a heck of a career and going to have a few Super Bowl rings and some great stories to tell his grandkids. So I'm going with Wes Welker, being very fortunate with where he landed in his career.
All right, Danny, it's on you. Let's go now.
When you think of great players around the NFL, where it's not quarterbacks that were successful because of systems, for me, a guy that comes off as a guy that was not a system guy, that was just great because he had great players around him. You look at a guy, I'm going to say one off the top of my head, you're looking at Steve Smith of the Carolina Panthers. Listen to this. It's not because of a system why Steve Smith was great. Did he have good players around him? He had Cam Newton around him. Cam Newton was an MVP, all pro type of player. He played with guys that were Wesley Walls, one of the most underrated tight ends in the NFL. When it comes to systems and great players, Steve Smith not only just created offense around him, he also played with little talent. He also played with good talent. He's got to the Super Bowl. He put numbers up on both sides of the board. And for me, the greatness is because of the players around him. He elevated players around him. He got Muhammad Muhammad a big contract. If it wasn't for him, the other receivers around him, like Ted Ginn, they wouldn't have gotten the Super Bowl because of Steve Smith. Because Steve Smith was just that type of player. So for me, a player that was great because of more so the system, because Carolina built their offense around Steve Smith. Cam Newton was the most accurate quarterback in the league. But what happened? They gave the ball to Steve Smith, and Steve Smith made plays. So for me, Steve Smith's my guy for this one.
Oof, all right. That's round 2. Yo, this is close, man. I don't know. I think this last question is gonna be the one to decide it for real. You know, sometimes I'll be saying it just to say it, but this is for real. I'm for real on this one. All right, Danny, you up first. Ray, you follow. Okay. So here's a question. Name the athlete who has or will be affected by this COVID-19 situation the most, not named LeBron James or Tom Brady. Max, that question one more time. Name the athlete who has or will be affected by this COVID-19 situation the most, not named LeBron James or Tom Brady. Danny, you have 30 seconds to come up with your answer. You have 10 seconds. Now people can't say, oh, they looking at nothing like that. Y'all see their eyes right now? Y'all see what's going on. All right, Danny, let's go now.
So when you look at athletes that are affected by COVID-19, there are plenty of sports to go around. There are plenty of athletes that play all these different sports. But to me, the athlete that's going to be affected the most by all of this is an athlete that most people aren't really going to consider an athlete because they play a sport that no one really talks about. And that's Simone Biles, the gymnast. And I'll say why it's affecting her because number one, she had a chance to go to the Olympics this year and completely not dominate, but do what she does best again. In a sport that only has a short shelf life, you only have a certain number of Olympics you can go to. Now, with the Tokyo Olympics now postponed for a potential another year or two, she now enters her mid 20s. A woman who had a chance to not only dominate and get 3 to 4 more gold medals in Tokyo this year might be prevented from getting another opportunity to win more gold medals and distance herself not only as the best female gymnast in the history of the sport, but arguably the most dominant female in any sport and also the most dominant athlete in any sport of all time. Think about this. If she wins 4 more gold medals, that puts her at what, 31 gold medals in every single gymnast competition that you're going to find. No other woman has even come close to that. Now, because I think she'll be 23, 24 by the time the Olympics happen, even next year, if it gets delayed even further, because guess what? Tokyo does not even know how to handle COVID. So, with the potential Olympics being delayed even further, Simone Biles won't have another opportunity potentially to win 3 to 4 more gold medals. So, the athlete that's affected by this the most, on top of the fact of how much money she's going to lose and also the endorsements and everything else, I'm taking Simone Biles because arguably she's dominant now, but we don't know if we're ever going to see her at this level ever again.
All right, Ray, it's on you. Let's go now.
Oh my God, I have to blow my first 30 seconds. I hardly rebuttal, but I have to. Did we really say that the offense was built around Steve Smith, but he was successful because of other players? If anything, they were successful because of him. He spent most of his prime with Jake Delhomme, not Cam Newton, Jake Delhomme. And that, oh man, we're just going to leave that alone. The offense was built around Steve Smith. Those guys were even remotely successful because of him, not the other way around. We're going to move ahead to my answer on the last question. I'm going to stick with the NBA and go James Harden. James Harden is going to get the LeBron James treatment. No matter what happens with his COVID, he's going to get the negative aspect from the people that dislike him and or his game. He's on the wrong side of 30. In his prime, he's now been looked at a guy that has great regular seasons and can't get it done in the postseason, i.e. the Peyton Manning effect, right? Oh, he gets to the postseason and he nuts up. That's what people, I don't know if I can say that on here. And they say he doesn't get it done, right? So now they bring in Russell Westbrook. He don't have an excuse as not having a legit number two anymore. He got another guy who's won an MVP in the last couple of seasons, and those guys were just starting to click before the COVID. So now, if he does somehow pull off winning the championship, people are going to put an asterisk on this championship. He's not going to be able to win for losing. And if he doesn't pull it off, people will say, even with all the time off, all the time to do X, Y, and Z, he had everything going in his favor and he still didn't get it done. No matter what he does, the people that look at him in a negative light will continue to do that. So with this COVID, he didn't have an opportunity to go out and try and get it done with another superstar alongside him, which he really didn't have before. Chris Paul wasn't a superstar. Dwight Howard was on the downside of his career. He now has a legit superstar running with him. And if they were to win, people would put an asterisk. If he doesn't, they'll chalk it up as another season. He didn't get it done. James Harden can't win with this.
All right, that is it. Yo, this is a great battle, man. Y'all brought it. I'm just glad everybody get to see what y'all do, man, and how y'all do it. And y'all not looking stuff up. This is straight off the dome. Y'all know y'all sports. First of all, I'm gonna let first of all, I need y'all votes, y'all. Please vote now. Vote. If you watching this later on, if you're not watching this live, vote below wherever you watching it, man. tag controversy Raphael or whoever else, or just say at Danny one, whatever. But we need y'all votes. We definitely need y'all votes. All right. So they hear you on the radio, and they probably gonna hear you on the radio this time. And if you listen to the radio, yes, this is the taping what we're doing live um this week. What is it, Wednesday tonight? So
Mm-hmm.
so there everybody get to see them. I want you all to talk about how hard is it to do this, especially was it a difference face to face now, knowing everybody watching, you see me, see each other. Was it a difference? Ray, I'll let you go first.
It's much different. If I'm being, I had this weird like feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's like people are looking directly at me. So I was there's nothing playing. Like my earphones are playing you guys, right? But as he's talking, I'm sitting here bobbing my head, like trying to, I'm gonna keep my cool face, like my poker face. I'm gonna make sure I'm good to go. And then it's funny, man. Danny's my guy, and he does this thing with every answer. He goes, all right, so when you think about a guy, if you look at it, it's like, okay, I'm listening to his answer, but trying to formulate my own answer while he's telling his story. And people are, so it's like, I'm sitting here, like battle rap, I'm making faces at his answers like, nah, I don't like that. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, man. It's definitely a different dynamic. Me and you spoke about this offline. I think you should stick with it, man. It's pretty dope.
All right, and no doubt. And D,
Man, listen, people don't understand how difficult this is. Like Ray and I, that's my dude. That's my ace man, 100 per grand. Always love his work. But Ray, like to Ray's point, this thing is not easy, especially when you get to look at somebody. Like when you, I can when me and Ray go back and forth on different comments on different posts, I can see Ray's face exactly how it is right now when he's typing his responses in. And you're right. You have to literally look at somebody. You don't want to say, "Oh man, this was a really good answer." You can't let your opponent know that was a good answer because that just shows a sign of weakness in these things. So it's like it's much different. But yeah, to Ray's point, you think the radio is hard. Doing it live, completely different story.
yeah, it was funny, man, because it was like I don't know, did it give y'all more energy or something? Because y'all had more energy. Y'all was pumped, like I could tell because Danny. I hope he don't mind me saying it, he kind of misstumbled, he, stumbled over his words a little bit, but because I do this or just being on camera, whatever, that's more so adrenaline. Was that it? Was that the case?
Yeah, because it's like you got people watching, okay, and like you got to understand when people are watching and you mess up on air, they're not going to let you hear the end of it. So you got to catch yourself. But yeah, but like it's really adrenaline. It's like it's a rush. And now when this goes off, I'm gonna have a few minutes to like get my life together, and then I'll probably have to watch this again because I'm pretty sure I might have made a mistake or two.
All right, man. We're gonna go to the comments, man. Let me see. Look at this. Look at LA.
Yeah, hey, listen, you know what's funny, man? I've thought about that. Like, it's become like a moniker, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm the sports reporter without pay, right? And it's like, man, what if you start getting paid? Like, what are you gonna call yourself then? I don't know, man. We cross that bridge when we get to it. Y'all tell Raphael, sign me up so we can start getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And we'll look at a different name at that point, man.
Just take off
Um,
the O. Just take out the O. Then just call yourself the
I know the sports
SRW.
reporter getting paid now.
There we go.
yeah. Let me see if we got any more. All of them pretty much they got who they voted. I don't know if y'all want to see that, but
We gonna see it when we log off.
right.
Exactly.
One more for LA. I'm gonna say LA put a
Here we go. This guy. Yo, blame the camera on that one. All right, LA. I
yeah,
mean, what
man,
can I say? What can I say? What can I say?
Mike thought it was said it was a tough one, man. And we got some votes, man. Is they coming in? It's what's up, man. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we gonna see when is it? I'm gonna play it on the radio this weekend. Um, I hope so. To let the cat out the bag, we'll put out a big some. We'll put out a I guess a preview or let everybody know on social media. But So Warren Moon's gonna be on the show. I'm gonna see if he listens. I'm gonna ask him who he thought won. I should have asked a question about him or something. But that give me an idea for our future. That makes okay. I got an idea. But yeah, man, no, I appreciate it, man. This was fun. It was cool to see y'all go at it. It was see y'all faces. Like I said, I don't get to see y'all faces either. I mean, I know y'all see me laughing. You see Ray, I didn't trip this time. Usually Ray always getting on you, man. Your faces, man. You be laughing when somebody messed up. I ain't had to do that because no, y'all were messing up. Y'all was giving good answers. I try to keep cool and not, make any reactions or whatever. But it was a great battle. How do you think you all did?
I mean, I'm always like, and I use the equation of battle rap because it's 3 rounds, and I was literally watching battle rap for this came on. Like, all you can do is show up, do your job, and leave it in the fans' hands. Like, I don't think I've ever gave an answer that was like, the closest I will say is his first answer. Whenever they go first, I come up with 2 answers. And Thibodeau was my other choice. Like, it was like Thibodeau or Budenholzer. So it was like that way, if he give my answer, I ain't stuck. But I'm pleased with what I gave, and whichever way it go, I can live with the results. You know what I mean?
Right. Danny?
I mean, I felt like I left everything on, like, to Ray's point, you left everything on the table. When I leave here, I'm not going to sit and say, oh, I should have used this answer, or I should have did that answer. So, no, I feel like I gave the best answers possible. And now, like, to Ray's point, it's in the fans and the people listening and the other judges that are out there. So I did my part. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
And
because
wherever the chips fall, I lost to a good. If I won, great. If I lost, I know the guy who won is a good dude at the end of the day. So
Did you catch that, Raphael? Did you catch that?
yeah, but hey,
That's my guy, man.
I will say this though, the answers were like top notch, man. Y'all, I can't say one answer. Usually I call if y'all don't know, so to let y'all know how I do and how I talk to everybody. Oh, hold on, wait, whoa. Okay, Precious, you for real? Let me know because we got you. You will be getting a text or something. Danny, don't you know Precious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you will be we'll find a way to get in touch with you so we can once we start back, because you will be the first person I will call, okay? So okay, all right. But I was gonna say that I call you all, they don't know, I call all my contestants, all of my contestants. Or if I don't have a number on Facebook or whatever, I'll be like, yo, call my number. uh, and I'll talk to them and I'll tell them, what I think y'all did great. I don't like the way y'all did it, or you shouldn't have said this. So always do that after the fact. I wouldn't have anything to say, but man, y'all killed it. Like them answers, like when I was coming up with these answers, there was some answers I couldn't come up with myself. I'm like, man, I can't think. Like I didn't think about Budenholzer or Thibodeau. I didn't think about that. I would have never thought of Simone Biles. It didn't even cross my mind with Harden. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the other one? The football question.
He had Walker. I had Steve Smith.
Yeah, like it was. I don't know. It's just good, man. That's what I'm talking about. This is why it's a this is why this is a championship battle. Look at this, man. Shout out to my guy Allen. I don't know if he's watching it. What is what? What
Let's
is
go.
LG?
You mean he's ready to go, Mike?
Hey,
Hey, George, for real, hit me up. Controversy 21 or Mr. Controversy on Facebook. Let me know, bro. We're gonna wait a couple of weeks, and then we're gonna get back to it. We probably gonna get back to it, man. So let me know, man. I got you. I'm gonna have this saved, so I got you. So you can't run away. Pressure you neither. I got this. So don't when it's come time, don't be no, I was just playing. Everybody see
hey,
it.
you talking about Papa Dot? I told you I'm in Detroit right now, man. You see my city out here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You see my city out here.
but it's funny you say that because shout out to Allen. I gotta tell it. I really hadn't told it live or whatever, but my guy Allen, he was he's been on here. Matter of fact, shout out to Allen. That's why he doesn't do it. He helps me with this too. Whatever. Shout out to Allen. And Allen, Allen, first time he killed it. He just barely lost. You know, he went in. Next time, first round, I mean thing, first time he battled, the second time he went, he killed, you know, he did his thing. Then he went to the next round and messed up. Couldn't come up with an answer. Oh, he was like, oh man. Oh gosh. Oh man. I can't, you know, all of that, right? So his boys was listening. He told his boys, yo, I'm gonna be on Battlegrounds on the radio. So why they start calling him Bunny Rabbit? So when I
Oh
saw
god.
Papa Doc, first thing in my
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
oh yeah, bro, that's funny, man.
I should have wore a wife beater for this episode. I should have wore a wife beater and pulled the full B rabbit in this one.
Well, shoot, you got the crowd behind you, so you know,
I
like you
mean,
was home team.
you gotta feel like you have home field advantage in this. That's how
Yeah,
it has to roll.
that's how it rolls. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. It's thundering like crazy. I don't want it to cut off or nothing like that, something stupid, and then we don't have any footage of it. But appreciate it. Any last words?
Good battle, Ray. It was just fun, Raphael, as always.
Hey, obviously gonna share this. I'm assuming you're gonna chop it up for the Saturday version, but this version I'm gonna share on my timeline. So if anybody's still watching, man, go follow the 3-point conversion. Catch those guys on Saturday mornings on Facebook Live. I think 10 o'clock, right?
10 o'clock Eastern.
10 o'clock Eastern Standard. Them the guys do some great work, man. They do some outstanding work. I say that every time I'm on here, man. I really dig what you guys are doing, man.
Appreciate it, man. If not on Facebook, I know we on Facebook now and YouTube. 1100 AM, WWE. We also on iHeartRadio, Radio Now. You can catch the podcast version. And that's after the radio show is over. It'll be on the 3pointconversion.com. The website also on iHeartRadio, the 3-point conversion radio station. So on iHeartRadio. So yeah, man, we trying to do it, man. So maybe one day I'll be able to get Ray. I don't know how, but we'll see. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Thank you for everybody for watching and voting, and y'all have a good one. Hey, don't leave yet, all right? Y'all don't leave.
I figured as much.